Welcome, everybody. My name is Guy Baillargeau, your host on Handicap, and today I have the pleasure. I have two guests, and my special guest is Alesia Iglio. And hello, hi, Alicia, and she's with her father, Pietro.
That's
Hello.
me. Hi.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the show. We're really glad to have you because we have so many questions to ask you. When I read about this movement and about the mission statement, um, I found that really it's different from a lot of other organizations that look after people with neurodiverse um, affection or neurotypical problems, or if I can say that. So where it all started, I want to know
So,
this movement, like the very beginning.
so
With the speech.
this actually started by coincidence. It was a very big coincidence. So I was invited to do a speech at a golf tournament, a golf course organization tournament for my school.
Fundraiser.
It was a fundraiser, and we and my mom and I, everyone had this idea that while we were doing it, we noticed a lot of negative words with the prefix dis. We all saw these negative words and said, how can we make this positive? So then we made a poster, hence the logo, as you can see in the background. And we wanted to do something nice. So when I make my speech, I make these big men cry, these big grown men of golfers cry.
Oh,
And a year later, we saw the memory on, I guess, like Facebook. And I said, why don't I make this a movement? Why don't I make t-shirts and merch and build a movement for neurodiverse people and neurotypical people to make them more aware of the neurotypical and just to have some cool merch.
And the purpose is so in English the words disability,
this.
the prefix of the word disability is negative. So if you take the dis out of
Mm,
disability, you get ability. And there are a lot of words that start with this that are also negative. So we created the poster board, with all these words and the prefix crossed out, like in the logo. And so when Alesia did the speech telling her story, her journey, and then she explained the poster board.
And
Take it
then
from there.
And then when I did it, the words of like, let's take an example, discourage, dislike, and everything else. We want to diss
yes.
it and say we are encourage all these things, all the negative words. We just want to take the diss out of it and make it a very positive word.
And to put the emphasis on the positive side.
Yes, by
Exactly.
taking the prefix
Like,
out.
so we are against negativity,
Yeah,
That's
so to
correct.
we're
speak.
very
Yes,
much against it.
yes. And Alicia once said, "We cross the this out of everything because to me this does not exist."
Yes,
So
I
these
said
are your
that.
words. Yes,
Those are
and
definitely my words.
you made that speech back in 2022.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Um, And tell me a bit more about the involvement of your family, the starting of the movement, and and on the day-to-day basis as well. Your mom is Angie,
Yes.
And Pietro, and your sister. How do they get involved in the movement?
We made a nice poster. The very start of it when we were making the
Mhm.
poster, they helped design the poster and everything because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best artist, but they help out a lot too and they always support our movement. They're sometimes at events with me and they'll help me sell my merch or we'll do something together. with that, but they're definitely very involved with it, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
So we've done a few pop-up shops um, in connection with Motion Ball, which is linked to the Special Olympics in Quebec,
Yes.
and which Alesia was an athlete of when she was, well, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And so they have the McGill one and the Concordia one, where the students are participating with the neurodiverse kids and adults. And we have a pop-up shop there to spread the word of the movement. Alesia has done a few speeches, and we did well, spreading the word with a version of the original speech. Plus, we've had a sit down, a conversation about neurodiversity and her journey and how it affects the family and how the family got involved, and just repeating the story and spreading the word. One of the goals of DISTHEDIS is to help the parents whose kids get
Yeah.
diagnosed and they have trouble accepting and dealing with. And so we want them to know that we are there to support them, that their children are great. My motto is that they're all bulldozers and they can do
Yes.
anything. So yeah, so we've done a few pop-ups and a few her speech. She's doing one next Friday at her school, which is Wager Adult
Yes.
Education. So she's going to be doing her speech and spreading her word for
Hmm.
a half of the school. And after that, we have a pop-up at the Green Center, which is a community center in Westmount. And they're celebrating their 35th anniversary, so we'll be there to spread the word there too. And that's basically what we're doing.
Yes, and make people more and more conscious about even though I might be uh, neurotypic, there's so much I can do, so much I can make.
That's right.
There's so many contributions I can give,
That's right.
and sometimes, or if not most of the time, way better than someone who
That's
is,
right.
healthy or
Yeah.
Yes.
was is 100%, yes. And I would like to go back to when you were 6 or 7 years old, Alicia,
Hmm.
and when you started skating, because your skating was running in the family, so you had cousins who were
Yes.
skating, yes, and you said, "Oh, I want to do that." So can you tell us a little bit about your experience as a skater and how it all started, and about one thing that is really eager to know is about your mindset at the time.
Ooh.
So,
I would of course love to tell my skating story. So my cousins
mhm.
were skaters. I have one that's figure skating now, and I was really inspired by that growing up. And I said to my parents, I just want to be a figure skater. I want to do it. And they were a bit nervous because I didn't have the best what do you call them? Not fine motor skills. I could be
Oh, like
wrong.
yes, like coordination.
Yeah, I had bad coordination, so I couldn't really do it. But they said, okay, we'll sign you up anyways. So the very first day, I said, yeah, no, I really don't like this. I can't do this. I'm done.
Mm.
I don't want to. My dad was there, and he goes, quit? What is that word? I don't know that word, quit. Do not quit. And by the end, long story short, there was a show that I found out about. And of course, I had to do it because that's just me.
Mm.
And I did it, and that was it. And we did it. And even though I did not skate any better,
Mm.
I still did the show and I persevered through it.
So she was motivated by the show that was going to happen at the end of the
Yes.
session. And so as I put on the website, the diagnosis from the neurologist was that there's some things that she won't be able to do. And skating was one of them, and swimming was another one.
And riding a bike was another one.
And riding a bike because of the balancing, because of the dexterity and the balance and all of it. Well, she does all
Okay.
three.
I do swim a lot more. I swim a lot
Yes.
more. I don't cycle as much as I should. I'm trying to get back into that, but
But you can't
skating,
do all
I
three.
could do all three. I just unfortunately I don't skate anymore.
So
So
yeah, so forget about the labels, huh? Because
That's right.
some
exactly.
exactly forget about the
That's right.
labels.
We're
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes,
that's exactly what she did because she
yes.
wanted to do the skating, and I don't believe in giving up.
No.
So when she said I quit, well, I didn't accept that, and so she
Mm,
pursued and she persevered, and she went, and that's what she did with skating, and that's what she did with swimming, and that's what she did with
yes.
biking, and she doesn't stop. So that's now her motivation to keep going, and she doesn't stop at anything
Mm. So you're a
because she's
warrior
been
in
labeled a
my
bulldozer.
I'm sorry.
you as a bulldozer, me, I would say you are a warrior, uh,
Yep,
in
there you
my
go.
I
view.
like that.
Yes, sure, sure, sure. And you're certainly a source of inspiration. Um, so if we want to, let's say, to book you, if we want to have you to give a speech, how does it work? We have to book you through the website, this movement website, for example,
Um,
because this is the purpose of the show today, is to make you, like to give you a good exposure, to make the movement better known, to spread the word, and to, who knows, you'll probably receive some demands and some booking. I guess your father is your agent, he's your booking agent.
um,
So,
yeah,
The best way to do it is just to contact us through the
yes.
website. There's a contact
yes,
form. I'm the one who takes the emails. I work from home.
perfect, perfect.
I'm an IT guy, so I'm always in
Okay.
front of the computer doing support, and so that's where I set it all up. She's still in school now, so it's a little bit hard to organize something, but on weekends and in
Yes,
the
this
afternoons, whatever.
and this
Even
and this and this summer,
and
maybe.
even after school, I could do after school. I'm good at for that as well. So, if there's an evening or something like that,
We can even organize to have the speech done through a Zoom meeting. Um, it's always better in person. Um, and then we can have our pop-up shop with all our DISTHEDIS gear and that sort of thing. But the best way to reach us is through the website.
Okay, okay. Um, well, it's been and oh, do you have any plans for the next year? Let's say because I feel that you have objectives in life. You don't live like from day to day, so you have midterm, long-term goals. So what is your best goal that you have right now that you're pursuing?
this is a goal I've been wanting to do for a long time, even before this started, is to
Hmm.
write a book
Okay,
for maybe
sure.
parents who are, like my dad said earlier, struggling to accept their child's diagnosis, or how maybe like tips and like tips and tricks to help their kids, or and telling them about my journey. I feel like would help along a way too, so they could be like, okay, my kids got this. I
Yes.
want parents to be like, my kids got this.
Yes, because so many times it's everything that is between the ears, huh? This is
Yeah.
That's right.
the motivation, and so your book would be maybe about the tips of how to go for the extra mile, maybe
That's
as a
right.
Yeah.
parent and as a child, because
Yeah.
it's yeah.
I want as many people to know that just because you're diagnosed, it does not
Hmm.
mean that there's limits. There are no limits. My parents always told me this. My teachers have always told me this, that you could do whatever you want. It just might take you a little bit longer for you to get there. That you will always get there.
Yes, this is great. Well, I guess so far it works.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you very, very much, both of you. Was really delighted to have you today on Handicap.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. And well, I wish you all the best. And just maybe remind our listeners, it's www.disthedis.com.
.org.
.org, I'm sorry. Okay, so
Or
it's
Oh.
this,
.ca.
Or
this.
Both of
.ca.
them
Okay,
work.
perfect. Well, again, thank you very much. Do you have anything that you would like to add? Yes?
Yes. Do you have an Instagram? Handicap, does it have Instagram?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
I was thinking if we could, if we could, I was only doing this for the idea. If you could, because we have an Instagram, DISTHEDIS4.
Okay.
So for anyone who wants, they're more than welcome to follow DISTHEDIS on
Perfect.
Instagram.
This for, and Brigitte, the producer, she will give you offline, she will give you the association Instagram page.
Okay.
So
Is
we'll
there any
share
we could collab
and
or
we,
something?
and we will follow you. So she will follow up with you.
All right, thank you so much,
With-
sir.
Thank you very much for having us. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Great
Thank you
day.
very much for being with us today. So Guy Baillargeon telling you that keep on smiling and see you soon.